Alright, so this video is just gonna be a little bit about just like politics and also yeah, it's just gonna be a political video. Buzz with Brian, buzz time. I had a little beer. Alliteration. But I just want to show off my haircut too, actually. But I'm watching Chelsea Handler on my Instagram. I say all hell Chelsea Handler, and she's doing this video. Her last video on Netflix is Dear India, and so I want to talk a little about that. And I just want to say how whatever, I can't really remember my next point, but Buzz, but okay, so she kind of like mulled over my it's kind of chilly, my AC's on. She kind of mulled over this point in her video when she was talking to all these comedians on her dinner part, when she said that in her when she's like turning into an adult now, and like past recent years she's getting more comfortable with going to different countries, and like how that's how sharing factors like that you guys have in commonalities outweigh the differences, and it's better to travel for that reason. Well, I like to say like how lucky it would be to be a white girl in the 90s or the 2000s, because you have like you have like these, because it's such, it was like the question for the longest time, and going with this bubble breaking time, it was very much like a sort of a especially in America. I mean, I meant to say, maybe to add to that, it's like such privilege, right? So like I'm just feeling a little anxious though. No, but I kind of break it down to like two that I see, two kinds. You have like, this white girl that can like, that will like in an airplane, everything, all the playing fields kind of get like evened out, right? Like everybody has to follow, everybody will get scared, so everybody will have to abide by these rules. Everybody has to abide by these rules anyways. So like for example, for my example, for the rules for my example, a girl, this type of girl that will go to Europe in her elementary school will will talk to your face and be very much like adamant about whatever she wants to do, and she'll be very bold about it, versus a girl who, even though will have had that happen, doesn't really, they will always nod in I'm sorry first, like manners first, always, like throughout her entire life, for every single situation, no matter what, so then so yeah, there's that. I just wanted to say, like, in politics, in just want to say, let me get a cigarette. And then you have like these so she kind of really defeated that point, like by saying, by being a white girl and standing up for that point, because I've kind of had that point for a while. But and then like I just want, and then you see like she, if you see her new episode, there's like, she talks about like how people are getting groped, and how much such and such is like in how much like the population like yearly is getting raped, which I don't know, for like I should ask the statistic person if like every 20 minutes a girl's getting raped is like, if that's like, that's just like mathly dividing it, and like that's how they predict the future, or if literally every like about 20 minutes is it, or like, but like, I think we mix a lot. I just want this video to be about like, we mix a lot, like, other politics up. And like, I have my cousin, she's a pharmacist, and her friend, and like, oh, I also have another point at the end of this I'm gonna add to it. I'll just not say her name for privacy purposes, but she's also studying with my cousin neck to neck to be a pharmacist. And Chinese people and Indian people, they're neck to neck, so it's kind of like good that they're friends, and they're both girls. So I would just like to say, like, in Iran, it's kind of like, you can't drive, and that was like a huge spike in the news, right? But then, like, and the fact that, like, this hijab, like, it's a choice and stuff like that. And I just feel like we can see the differences when girls have different liberties. They're like, oh, we have to take shits in different times, like, we have to go in groups in Chelsea, like, to not get raped or something. Like, I don't think that will happen in Iran, because they're very pro, like, machine gun, versus India, where it's, they're more liberal with illegal shit, and just like stuff like that. But I was gonna say, that brings me to my next point, that wait, I can't really remember, but I'll just talk about another thing. Like, another supporting point is that, like, small countries where, like, in Dubai, where the point of having the palm resorts and stuff is that they have such a big oil reserve. It's bigger than their country, than the borderlines of their country. And they had the brains to do that. All the money goes back into Dubai, versus India, where it takes up, like, there's a huge population and stuff like that, it's not like my video is gonna be like seen by anybody or anything, but yeah, it's just a short video. I can't really remember my other point, but yeah, if I have to talk about it again, I will. It's just something, food for thought, and just show off my haircut. Yep, thank you.